Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interesting life.com, and today you're joining me on my good old single speed bike as we zip down this hill in the Kirriog Valley, heading down the road from Craignant and Salatin to Glyn Kirriog itself. And I just really wanted to get out and do a big bike ride, and this is about, I think this day in particular was about 22 miles, it's just under, for the entire day's riding out and back with a stop at my friends in between. And ultimately this is a road that I haven't been down for about 5 years or so, and the last time I came down here on my bike I had the biggest crash that I've ever had on a bike, which literally, as we get down towards the bottom of the hill in the last few corners, as you can see, the side of the road here isn't particularly sort of well defined. I just remember it was a wet, damp day and it was hurtling down, and again, then I was a lot less scared because I hadn't had a huge bike crash such as that. And basically, like this corner coming up here, as the road was turning inwards to the right, I just steadily started to drift further and further towards the edge of the road into the sort of muddy, grassy part. And it was the autumn time then, like I say, it was a wet day, and you had all the leaves as well, all making it even less sort of defined where the actual road ended and the bumpy, grassy, sort of gravelly bit started. So as I went into that, I just remember seeing out of the very corner of my eye, my back wheel start to drift outwards, because it was just basically had the brakes jammed on and the back wheel wasn't moving whatsoever. So that just moved out behind me, went into the side, and my goodness me, I just remember the terror of, my goodness me, it's actually happening. I'm having a proper fast sort of 30 mile an hour plus bike ride. And then the next thing I remember, and it's one of those bizarre things, is literally just standing completely fine without a scratch on me or anything whatsoever, just looking at my bike. And so I picked my bike up off the floor. The handlebars were bent right around, so they were practically at the same angle as the wheel itself, rather than at a right angle, which was not a good sign. Then the chain hadn't just come off, it had actually somehow managed to really badly jam itself in all like the gearing and the mechanism. Again, something that I've never had happen before, and certainly the impact that the handlebars must have hit the ground to have spun them literally like 90 degrees around. And like I say, the chain wasn't in a particularly good state either. But yeah, just thought I would actually get out here again, because I just really wanted to just refresh my memory and see what it was like on this actual walk, on this actual bike ride and route. And again, this is a route where, coming uphill rather than the downhill direction we're heading, I made as part of my route of 32 miles and my previous 32-mile big walks that I used to try and do every year for 2 years. Tradition didn't last long, as you can imagine, but ultimately I just really wanted to get out here on my bike. So I've been here in the car and walking in the hills, and you've got old mines abandoned in the hills just over to the right hand side and sort of directly in front of us now. And yeah, just wanted to share that story with you and show you a little bit more of these great places. And again, I just love being able to have grown up in this area with so many, well, you got huge flatlands in Shropshire, and then as soon as you get into the near sort of Welsh areas, it starts to get pretty hilly for great fun on your bike. Till the next time, check out my other videos for loads more bikey bits and life on a boat. Find links to all sorts of stuff in the description if you like the outdoors. And until the next time, keep it bike worthy, keep it boat worthy, and of course, farewell.